Use the right word, man. I think, I think because of where we are in the group right now, and the fact that we got results against Myanmar and Kyrgyzstan, that's when we got more respect from Macau. They completely sat and they didn't want to play. And I think it's very rare that when I'm playing for my country, we get an opportunity where the whole team are in the other half and we're just passing around. We could have done much better. We weren't quick. The movements weren't there in the first half, especially. We could have done much better, but it was shocking. The whole team sat back, Macau, and we're just playing in the half. And because we weren't used to this, we weren't sharp. Thank God, in the second half, we started pumping in the crosses because there was no space in between, and Balwant was brilliant. We got the win. But at the end, it looked easy. It's only because we did the hard work against Myanmar and Kyrgyzstan. If 4 months before I would have asked you, what do you think is going to happen against Myanmar and Kyrgyzstan? No one would have said 6 points.
4 months ago, I mean, I'm sorry, like don't make no offense.
No, be honest.
But before I came for the Kyrgyzstan game, I didn't expect the result there.
See?
And of course, you also pulled you and JJ pulled a bit of a rabbit out of the hat on that.
I mean, the whole team played well. We defended really well. The first half, it could have been 2-0. But the second half, after he scored, we could have scored also a couple of goals. So I think it was making sure that we defend well, because we knew they couldn't have the ball and they can maneuver the ball. And slowly and steadily, we hit them in counter. And exactly what happened. It's not about only me and JJ, but the whole, I saw the clipping so many times. It was back four, midfield four, me dropping in the hole, and then JJ. And the whole game we did that. And that was nice. But then it's difficult to beat. Then your team, it's not easy to beat you then. So we held that shape almost the whole game, and we got our dividend, we got our prize. So because we did the hard work, and you know what, Myanmar was even more difficult. Now right now, we think that we are in the top, we are 9 points. Myanmar was such a difficult game. They had the ball position. They had much more chances than we did. But again, we sat back and we defended well as a team. And that's why and then again, that game Udanta, this game Balwant and JJ, and they're all producing this lovely individual performances which are helping us to get the goals. Because you can defend well, unless and until you get a goal, you won't get 3 points. So, because we did that hard work against Myanmar and Pakistan, we are in this position, brilliant position, that we win this game, we're almost through. And the game is against the less fancy team in this group. I don't want to sound, and I don't want to be complacent as a team, but we know at home, against Macau, we fancy ourselves. And I just hope that we're professional enough to go there and do our job. And you're qualified. So imagine.
And how big a deal is that? Just like, yes, you qualified for 2011, but that was through the Challenge Cup. It was a different scenario. Also, yes, the tournament is extended, so there are a few more teams that are qualifying this time around, but you will go through the qualifying process and you will legitimately, not that it was not legitimate last time, I don't misunderstand, but it's a proper qualifying process.
It's alright, man. I was a part of both of it, so I would take it. It feels good. It's not done yet, so I don't want to comment on anything, but it feels good to be in the position that we are right now. Asia Cup is a tournament which is the biggest tournament for any Asian team. And I was livid, I was so sad when I missed out into 2015. When I qualified 2011, I dreamt that this is the tournament that we have to qualify every year, because that will tell you that constantly you're improving and you're rubbing shoulders with the best of the teams. Unless you qualify for the bigger tournaments, you will not play against the bigger teams. You will not know where you stand. So once we qualify for this, touch wood, then you can aim of having matches against better teams, and without disrespecting all the SAF nations, but we have to jump up now. And I'm not talking about jump directly to play against Japan. But the Qatar, the Lebanon, the 10 to 15, 10 to 18 teams, because then you know how much you have to improve more. In the SAF region, we played Afghanistan and it was a difficult game. So, get difficult games. See where you stand. See how much you have to achieve more. And the biggest example that I tell my boys is Thailand. They got absolutely hammered in the last World Cup stage, but they are there. 6 years back, we played them 2-2 at our home. Thailand and us were here. They were a little bit better than us, but we were there. But now they are here. They played against Australia 2-1 at Australia. It just tells you that they did things right and they have improved that much. That's the way we have to go. Slowly and steadily, reach there. And what we can do is to qualify for Asia Cup every year. Then you know you're constantly there. You know, you have to make sure that you qualify for the Asia Cup every now and then. Every edition. So you know that you're there. And then you know exactly how much you have to improve more. And I just hope that we do this year.
In the context of improving, firstly, having you in the Macau game, they marked the hell out of you in JJ.
Yeah.
Having a substitute like Balwant come in and change things up, or all of the boys that are coming into the system now, is the gap between the sunil.chetris and the top players and the rest of the squad, which has, let's be honest, it's existed for the last 20-30 years at least. Is that gap narrowing?
I hope so. The boys, the young ones especially who are coming up, I've got great hopes from them. All of them are really good. Balwant I will not call a young one.
Yeah.
He's been a seasoned campaigner. He had a great season last year for Mohun Bagan. Troubled us so many times when he played against them. And it wasn't a surprise for us because we watched them in training. I watched Balwant in training. We watched him throughout the year last year. So it wasn't a shock for me to watch the likes of Balwant doing well, or for that matter, last 3 years, JJ doing well. JJ was 3 years back, not the same JJ that he is today.
Yeah.
To see him last 3 years dominate his position and make his own is nice to watch. Some more examples that I can give you is Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, Sandesh Jingan, and one more young one which is Udanta. So it's not shocking for me because I have watched them. And with Sandesh and Udanta, I've watched them in the club also.
Yeah.
So you feel nice that they want to improve. So one thing is to have talent and one thing is to be hungry. So a lot of modern players have both, which is very, very important. You can have the best of the talents, but if you don't want it, who's going to help you? And Balwant is showing it every now and then for the last 2 years. I just hope it continues because then it's a headache for the coach. And it's a lovely headache to have.
Good headache.
It's a great headache to have. Robin Singh scoring a goal against Mauritius, and he has his own attributes. You've got JJ, who is the number 1 right now as a number 9, and then you have Balwant, who scored I think 3 out of 3 now for the national team. What else do you want? So you know, no matter who starts,
options in front.
whoever you're bringing in, he's going to change games for you. You know, you have Jackie who did really well, and then you have Udanta who played on the right in the last game. He has options there. And you have Holy Charan who's doing really well for us, who's a machine, who's a horse. So slowly and steadily, this is what you want: a competition in your team. So everybody knows that they can't be complacent. They can't take their position for granted. And also for me individually, personally, it's good to be in a team, you know, where I'm sprinting alongside Udanta. I can't take things for granted. Where I know Balwant and Robin, they're coming in and doing well. It's good. It's a great place to be. Where everybody wants to improve, you know, and then the tempo of the training also improves. Everyone wants to do well and be in the first 11, and that's great. I've told you, when the moment you cross 30 and you have done whatever you've done, good or bad, the motivation is very, very important. Because one day you'll get up and you'll think, why? That's why for players like me, Paul, Eugene, who's a youngster but not a youngster, it's very, very important to be surrounded with these players. You know, whenever I do my sprint trainings, I do with Udanta.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, he smashes me, but I know I'm running with the best in the country. So all these things, when I want to do 1v1, I go with Sandesh. Because I know he's good. When I'm shooting, I do it with Gurpreet. Because I know so this is very, very important. Everyone improves, it rubs onto you. You know, it's very, it reciprocates. It's vicious. If somebody is bad in training, and other one becomes a little bit more lethargic, it rubs the whole team. So you want to be a part of a team where everyone is hungry. And slowly and steadily, we're getting there in our national team. I don't want to sound, it's not going to be sensible to say that we are having a great time, we are winning games. No, it's just a phase where we are clicking. Slowly and steadily, people are understanding. We haven't won anything, We haven't qualified for anything. So there's no point. I'm not trying to be modest. There's no point saying, you know what, 11 games, 10 games, there's that, FIFA ranking. No. We're doing well. We're clicking. But our heads should be down just because as India in football, there is no way we can sit back and think, you know what, bhai, maza aa gaya yaar, बहुत कुछ achieve कर लिया. No. So the beauty of it is, no matter how many games we win from now, no matter even if you qualify, the thing is not done. It's just one small step, and you have to do much more hard work to make the small step a little bit more better step. So there's no time for us to sit back and say, you know what, maza aa raha hai yaar. To keep fighting, and I just hope, and I know for a fact that we boys will try our best to do that.